Hello, Internet, and welcome back to Escape Velocity. We're glad you're here, and we're glad to be back and playing. Let's see, channel stuff. You just watched our intro video. It tells you a lot about what we do here. Mostly tabletop role-playing games, sometimes video games. Although this is clearly gonna, great start to the evening. Um, However, this week we do have a fair number of shows going dark because people are traveling and busy and such. So, no Neon Gods Friday, no Ward 47 Saturday, and no Strixhaven Monday. We may still have Duskfall's Dead on Sunday, but you know we'll keep you posted. And so, of course, you should follow us on Twitter or come join our Discord, as those are the best places to know when we are doing stuff. Um, yeah, that's mostly it. Otherwise, we've got Elegant Creatures, our Monster of the Week game, back on Thursday. And then next week, we're still figuring things out. We've got some people who are unavailable, so we'll either put together something else or we'll just take that night off. We'll figure it out and we'll be sure to tweet about it. I think that's it in terms of channel stuff. So let's go around, introduce ourselves, say who we are, where we are online, and what we're doing in this game. Um, I almost feel like maybe we should just go in like reverse order so that we end with the GM and he can just get into the recap. So, Mecca, let's start with you.
Throwing me under the bus there, I see. It's been 2 weeks since I've done these intros. Hi, I'm Mecha or Mecha Spider and Mecha Light Spider on Twitter. You can find me also at twitch.tv/Mecha Spider, where I don't stream. Uh, where I probably will stream Apex or Valorant or something like that. I am playing Scarra tonight. He is the pilot who is finally happy to be on his own ship.
All right, LB.
Hi, I'm LB Hackup. You can find me at LB Hackup on the Twitters and the Twitches tonight. I'm playing Neith. I am the mechanic slash hacker of the group. Yeah, that's me.
And hello, I'm Alex, OMG some guy on the internet, and I have just been told that my mic was live during the intro and all that stuff. So, new computer, still figuring things out. Hopefully it'll be fixed for next time. I'm here on this channel Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. If it's not an Escape Velocity Tuesday, I'm usually running our Masks game Squire Squad, but that's been having some people absent from it lately. A few weeks ago, we did a fun one shot where we had Wally guest star. So that was a lot of fun. You should check that out. I think it should be up on YouTube by now. Everyone was a god of some kind. And LB was a time
Except
traveler.
for me.
Yep. And then Sunday evenings, I'm over on LB's channel and the D&D shenanigans there. And in this game, I am playing Teddy, who is a psychic bunny person courtesan, and also now the captain of our own starship. And that brings us to David.
All right. Yeah, I'm David. You can find me on Tuesday nights here on this channel. That's about it. Alternate Tuesdays to this one. I am playing an Alex's game where I'm normally playing the kind of Superman clone Paragon Nova playbook, but if we do the gods one, that was a lot of fun. I was pagan. That was a lot of fun. But yeah, tonight I'm the GM for Stars Without Number, a pretty fun space game, if I may be so bold. Kind of Traveler-esque without as many charts, if anyone's familiar with Traveler. But yeah, tonight we pick up. You guys got a spaceship. Finally, you kind of bought it off an individual known as the broker. You traded your guns for it and a future unspecified favor. That was kind of the big thing that happened last time. I guess the other big thing was that you finished the mission that lets you take the guns and whatnot. Scarra got pretty hurt, but was quickly saved by the fantastic psychic healing of Erstwhile, who's kind of been silently traveling along as they're in that uncertain space of their player isn't here, so nothing bad can happen to them, but also nothing bad should happen to the group because of their absence. So yeah. And yeah, you managed to stop the AI security, and reprogram them to let some academics move in and study the really cool psychic stuff that was going on in the ancient pre-Scream university, that was being kind of dug up in an archaeological expedition. You all then traveled to New Seoul to pick up your ship. Well, first traveled to the broker and yada yada, made the deal, traveled to New Seoul, pick up your ship. The old captain didn't seem quite, wasn't pleased that he was giving up his ship. Seems like maybe not under duress, because like no one was there making him do it. He just, clearly got the raw end of a deal as far as he's concerned. But yeah, you got a new ship. You haven't named it yet. You're parked at New Seoul, and yeah, as you inspect the ship, it's pretty bare bones. There's no like food on it or anything like that. You're gonna have to fuel it up. It looks like it's when it comes down to it, you guys will be low on money very soon, as in like having problems feeding yourselves. But yeah, we pick up there. You're on a New Seoul, a planet that was founded by as a joint effort between the old Earth governments of America and Korea, the United States of America and Korea. It quickly took on kind of, as in many of the planets in this sector did, kind of a nerd themed thing of that they a lot of the people who settled here were pretty big into K-dramas and stuff like that. There's kind of, it's definitely a kind of homage to the Korea from K-dramas as seen by Americans. It's definitely the foundations of the planet. But the language is Korean. Some kind of future variant of it. It would not be recognizable by anyone who spoke it today. And their big business here are cybernetic implants and whatnot. There are alien ruins on the planet that had some kind of technology or something that allowed people of this planet to easily manufacture synthetic nerves, something that other people have a very hard time manufacturing. So they're much cheaper, easier to buy here, and they supply them to the sector for a pretty good profit, considering they can sell them for much more off-world than they could sell them on-world. But its population's in the billions, making it one of the more populated planets in the sector. And yeah, you find yourselves in a packed city. Their planet is Earth-like. It's a little bit larger than Earth, so gravity's a little heavy. Not much. It's like 1.3 Gs or something like that. Surface area is a little bit more. There's a little less water on it than Earth, so there's a lot more land mass. And the infrastructure of the planet is kind of like big, densely populated cities surrounded by some farmland, and then just kind of forests or just natural stuff connected to each other via, fast trains. Very, futuristic fast trains. But yeah, that's kind of the planet you're on right now. You're in one of the larger cities. I haven't named any of the cities yet, but but yeah. You need money.
Yes.
Where we pick up.
We also all leveled up at the end of last time. which so I still need to do that. But I know some of the others were doing some of that in the pre-show stuff.
Just haven't done health.
Yeah.
So
What is
So
health roll again? I always forget every time.
the hell you re-roll all the dice plus your Constitution modifier. None of you guys are warriors, so doesn't matter. Warriors get +2 to each of their rolls. I think LB has a special thing where first she doesn't have to re-roll her first one; it just starts as like a high number.
Correct. I have to look up what it is. Correct. Is it based on your background or your class?
So everyone's class should be a D6. Your one, I think, is from your unique gift stuff. You're being an alien. So it should be in like the xenobestiary stuff.
Okay, let me double check. I think maybe I wrote it down. That would have been smart. Which I am not.
But yeah, for everyone else, you're gonna roll, since we're level 5, you're gonna roll 5d6, add your Constitution modifier 5 times. If it is lower than your current health, you take your current health +1.
and what bonus do I get as a partial warrior?
As a partial warrior, oh, that's right. You get, I believe, a +2 each time. Yeah, yeah. So you're rolling a 1d6 +2. Oh, we lost a mecha.
Uh-oh.
Hmm?
We'll give him a second to see if he comes back. Yeah, he says be
Hello.
back ASAP. You know, David, you're in my seat. I'm in Mecca's, and LB is kind of split. Okay, let's see.
There. Hello, little man.
Oh,
There we go. We're
Big
back.
out of the world.
All right. So you were saying 5d6 plus 2 times my con, so I'd be
so
adding...
it's going to be a d6 +2 each time. So it's going to be 5d6 +10 +5 times your con.
Okay, so I'm doing 5d6 plus 15 for health.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Hello.
My internet crashed for a second there.
Uh-oh.
Whoa.
Dang internet.
Okay, so is it
Ooh.
5d6?
Yeah,
Rolling.
5d6 +5 times your con.
I don't have any con.
Then 5d6.
All right, so I am increasing my HP by 5.
Oh, that's good.
We
Right.
have to
So this
reroll
command
all of
is
Uh,
them, right?
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah,
reroll all the
it's-
d6s.
20. Oh, look, I pretty much added 10 to my
Oh
health.
no.
Uh-oh, what happened with you, LB?
It's not great. It's not bad. So I have plus your Constitution, which is 0. So I have 6, so 11, 14. I went down.
Well, so then you just
Okay.
add 1
You
to
can
your
add
previous
1.
total.
That's what I did last time. Yay, I finally have more health than somebody in the party.
I should update my level on my sheet to 5. That would be important.
It'll down your saving throws as well.
Hmm?
That'll down your saving throws as well.
Yes.
When you do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so I've done health. I've done...
All right.
I took my foci as diplomat. What else? It's skill points now.
Yeah, so you are a partial expert. No, you're a partial warrior. You're partial warrior, partial psychic.
Yep.
So you get 3 points, and one of them has to go towards improving your psychic stuff. You don't have to spend it right now.
Yep.
And yeah, the other 2 go to what you want. You can always bank them for later, as stuff starts getting more expensive later on.
Let me find where are the things about being a telepath. Because I have 1 point banked. I'm trying to figure out if I can do anything at this point.
What's your telepath rank right now? Is it at 2?
I believe so. Yes.
All right. So you can't up the rank, but if you wanted to, you could buy some of those techniques out of there. They cost like so like a level 1 technique costs you 1 point, level 2 costs you 2 points.
Yep. Okay, so then it looks like what I can do. There are 2 level 2 techniques I could take. Okay, so once a telepath has made a telepathic contact with a target, they can thereafter activate the technique whenever that target is within 100 kilometers, whether or not the psychic knows where they are. And it gets better at higher levels. Distant connection is tenuous, however, and the psychic cannot use any technique through it that would allow the target a saving throw to resist. But this means if I took that, I'd be able to initiate psychic contact with y'all over, a huge distance. Or there is suppressed cognition. Telepath can make the target of telepathic contact simply not think about something.
Don't you already have that? Because you
Oh,
used it on
yes. Yeah, I must have gotten
Owen.
that at a previous level up. Because don't you get a free technique when you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've done that before, so I have that. So, okay, so,
And banking it isn't a bad thing, right? Because when you want to bring it up to 3 here, next level, you can get it to 3. It's going to cost you 4 points,
okay,
which will be more than you get for your entire level next
yeah.
time.
So I guess. So now we're gonna be on a planet that has cell service, so we can use our compads to call each other in theory, right?
Yes.
Okay, so probably holding off on that. So I'll bank 2 points. Or
You're
bring my
doing the smart
total.
thing of banking points instead of
Well, so
just spending them immediately.
each level up, we have to put 1 towards psychic power. So I have 1 from the last level. I'll put the 1 from this level into the bank, and then I have 2 points to put into skills. And then let's see. So for that, I just got talk bumped up to 1 from diplomat.
Well,
I guess I can also. Should Teddy start knowing things? Maybe.
things. You could always do you could always do connect as well. It's a good if you're like a socialite. It's a good one to
Okay,
have.
so yeah, I'll bump connect up to 1. Maybe I'll bump notice up to 1 as well, or up to 0 rather.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, notice is a good one.
Yeah.
It's as in every game, being aware of things that are happening around you is always a great skill.
Okay, so I think that's it for Teddy's level up stuff.
All right, and yeah, I know Scarra, you grabbed a fun new focus.
I did indeed. I grabbed Henchkeeper, which pretty much allows me to anytime I go into a new community, I can pretty much have henchmen, which don't risk their lives for me just yet, unless they're in imperative danger. They won't fight, but they will escort us places, and I have bought them off in many of a means. I have a distinct knack from picking up lost souls, mostly outcasts or people who are at the bottom of their barrel, pretty much. As it reads in the book, I have a distinct knack for picking up lost souls who willingly do your bidding. You may induce them with promises of money, power, and excitement, sex, or some other prize that you may or may not eventually grant. A henchman obtained this focus will serve in a loyal fashion until betrayed or placed in unacceptable danger. Henchmen are not important people in their society and are usually marginal sorts, outcasts, the desperate, or other persons with few options. I can use more conventional pay or inducements to acquire additional henchmen, but these are extra. So pretty much it gives me a bonus in lead skill, and I get a bunch of people who are considered innocent. They're peaceful,
Yeah.
considered peaceful humans by the Xenobestiary section of the book.
What does it say? You can get 1 person per 3 levels, rounded down.
Rounded
Rounded up.
Rounded up. I was like, yeah, it can't be down. 'cause
I can
you
release
have-
a henchman with no hard feelings at any plausible time and pick them back up later should I be without a current henchman.
Yeah, you probably don't want to just like carry them around with you from planet to planet.
I'll probably drop them off from planet to planet so I won't have too many connections.
Yeah, I mean, go to a bar, pick up, because it sounds like you can get 2 hench people from this at level 5.
At the moment.
So
Yeah.
get 2 people to help us out while we're on planet, and then when it's time to go, just be like, you've served me well, go, I release you.
Mm.
Get out of here! Get out of
Wait.
here! Nobody wants you
What's
anymore.
is it Harry and the Hendersons? Is that the movie with Bigfoot? You guys ever seen that?
Oh, and I have no idea. I'm thinking, what's the movie? Isn't it a dog where he like kicks a dog out? He's like, "Get out of here!
God.
We don't want you anymore."
I am vaguely aware of what you're referring to, but I couldn't say specifically
Yeah,
what it
same.
is. I mean, the main thing I'm going to is the
I'm thinking like abandoning Pokemon, letting them out into the wild.
Oh,
release them from the box.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, and Harry and the Hendersons, there's a scene like that where they make Bigfoot leave at the end. It's very good. The 80s were weird. That might have been the 90s, actually. It's not important.
Yeah.
87. All right. Okay. Okay. So yeah, and then you also got a big health boost, right? Scarra, you went up by like 10 points.
It went up to my 10. I was at 12 health. Now I'm at 22 health. I can take a hit or two.
Yeah.
When I say or 2, I mean 2 hits will probably kill me still. Maybe 3.
Bless you.
And Neith, you got even better at fixing. Yes.
yes, I did. I'm the best at fixing now.
Yeah. Yeah. Insane.
I also took a point in exert, so I can do a bit of acrobatics, athletics stuff now.
Okay.
And up my pilot by 1.
Anything else to report on the level up, Neith?
No, I just took 1 in expert, and then I did, or in a specialist, and then I upped my pilot from -1 to 0, just in case I need to do that.
All right. Okay. Well, cool. Level up sounds like it went well. And yeah, you are on this planet. It's probably slightly uncomfortable at 1.3 Gs. For any of you who aren't from a planet of this size. And yeah, you got a free place to stay right now, right? I say free. There's going to be some slight docking fees when you leave, but hopefully whatever job you have will pay for those.
Yep. Which
All right.
The other thing you would know before you leave the spaceport area, you're not going to be allowed to carry weapons with you, and you can't have like visible armor.
Okay.
Right? So like the armored clothing, that's cool. But if it looks like you're, walking around in combat armor, you're going to get stopped.
Gotcha.
Is any of us doing that?
So Teddy has secure clothing, which is the kind of like armored cloth, and then he was wearing the woven body armor before, so he is back into the secure clothing for this.
I'm just wearing an armored undersuit, which is it's underneath my clothes, so it should be fine. I have a
Neith
question.
doesn't really wear clothes.
I have a question for Neith. I wonder if they can build a hidden compartment into my leg so I can hide it like a pistol in there, maybe?
Of course I can. It will cost for parts, though.
I mean, sure. You can take off my next cut of the job. Of whatever next job we get.
Of
Let's
course.
say 15%.
I will put it on your card.
Put it on my tab.
And yeah, like weapons wise, like if you had a concealed weapon, you know, you'd probably be fine walking around on the streets. But like locations that might do like a detailed weapon scan, you might get in trouble, right? They're not going to let you in. And even if like you get stopped, if you have like a concealed weapon in your backpack or something, if you've gone through the proper channels, you may be allowed to carry that. But you like private businesses still wouldn't let you in with the weapon, and they just would bar you entrance. They're not going to like take the weapon and give it back later. They're just going to be like, no, get the F out.
If I lined the inside of the compartment that Neith is going to build into my leg with lead, could they actually X-ray through that?
We
Or is
don't
that
need
dangerous?
weapons.
I mean, so yes, depend like if space lead or some kind of Faraday cage or something that's going to block all their space magic sensors, maybe it works. Actual lead, gonna see right through it. That's
Man, I need to get a hold of some space lead.
Yeah, because I mean, sensors in general are garbage. That's not a thing that could easily exist in real life, without like dangerously irradiating everything that you point them at. But yeah,
maybe I don't need the special compartment. Maybe we can just go into this planet and I can get some henchmen who will escort us. At least a couple of people who can act as bodyguards, not actually bodyguards. They don't actually have to fight, but
no one else is allowed to carry weapons either, right? So as long as you stay in like areas of town,
as long as I stay next to Teddy, who is
about...
strong as fuck.
Yeah,
he is the weapon.
Yep.
And I am the tank.
We need to go grocery shopping. This place is bare and bones. We are going to starve if we don't go get some food.
So the way I'm gonna go it right now is because we haven't really been caring about money too much. Is you guys have enough money for your food until you get a job or whatever. We're not gonna bother with it. You're not gonna have enough money to stock up your ship, right? But you can scrape by on the money you have until you get a job done.
Okay.
I have 60 credits.
Yeah, that's 3 days of food.
And I've got 300.
Yeah.
You have a better paying job than me.
Yeah.
Most of my money goes to Neith over there.
I can't look at too many extremes. If I look too far up, my contacts like shift down.
Okay, so we need to get a job. But I guess to get a job, we need to have a name for our company and also the ship.
I did think of a name for the ship because we want to be doing legal work. I know I'm not a big fan of doing, illegal jobs, maybe smuggling jobs from here and there. I mean, I've done them before, but I have no idea what I'm transporting most of the time, so it's normally okay. How about the name legal for the ship? We're doing, because everything we're going to be doing is legal.
Okay.
Came up with it in a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
I find this acceptable.
The name I was thinking is also fairly on the nose of we just call it the ship. Because we're always going to be saying like, let's go back to the ship. Or, we've got it in the ship.
It would be kind of confusing if we parked it in a shipyard there and then we'd be like, where is the ship? And people would be like, you mean the ship over there or the ship over there kind of thing? Like, if we painted it on the side, it wouldn't exactly help, because if you know what I'm saying.
It is quite on the nose.
What about you?
For those of you who have them.
Neith, do you have a ship name idea?
I have an option. It is above board. Because we do jobs above board.
You liking these
I
names?
love these names. We are marvel geniuses with these
We-
creativities.
We could use the pronunciation from my people. Nad Bortum.
Nad Flortum?
Nad Bortum.
Nad Borta.
Nad Flortum.
Correct.
How do you spell that?
NADBORTOM.
That's not going to be
Okay.
confusing at all. Bortum. I thought you were saying Vortum with a V.
Boredom. Like boredom, but not. In my language, it is pronounced slightly differently, but I'm keeping it simple for you.
I appreciate that.
Yes, I don't think we have the same vocal cords, and plus your translator probably, some of it gets lost in translation.
Correct.
Okay, so yeah, I like
we
Nad
wanna
Boredom
go-
for the ship.
If we want to go find a job, I mean, it's probably the best start is to go with some bars, maybe. Ask around if people need help. I know some connections, maybe. I could call some of them up, see if they need anything. But they might not be the kind of jobs we're looking for.
Hmm.
But I can see what I can scrounge up, and now that we have actual signal here.
Do you need assistance?
I mean, wouldn't hurt.
I don't want to see you getting hurt because I'm going to have to fix your legs.
Well, I promise if I get hurt, I'll have it above the waist then. How about that?
Sounds good. Should I stay on the ship then?
I mean, we need to go out anyways to buy food. You know, it's good to
Yes.
explore the city. Just don't
All
get
right.
too invested, I guess, is the best word for it. Have I been
hate
to this
most
place before?
planets.
Have I been to this planet before?
I mean, if you want to have been, you can have been, but
Where- Are we in a different system to the original one?
yes. Yeah, you're no longer in your home system. You have now traveled through metadimensional space.
Are we in 0204? Is that where we are?
You were in
New Zealand.
0205.
Yeah, the
Right.
ship icons are covering the hex label.
Yeah.
I'd say I've been probably in all the surrounding ones from my own home system, but nowhere any further.
Okay.
I probably have been in
just
0205.
probably just that one then, because no one's successfully returned from trying to find Eden. And Shola is a hive mind planet that people really try and stay away from.
So I've probably only been to this system. In hindsight, I have probably been to the city before.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of very large cities. That's kind of their whole thing, right? Is they just have really big, populated cities and then some farms and stuff
I'm
that are
gonna
largely automated.
go into my compad and call up one of my contacts
Okay.
that lives in this city.
All right. Roll me a contact.
Sure, connect.
Oh yeah, connect. Yeah, not contact.
What is the attribute? Charisma?
I would allow charisma or intelligence on this.
I'll do charisma.
Or wisdom.
14. Double sixes.
Okay.
Okay.
Max roll.
Dang. Okay. So you're looking for work?
Yes.
So with that, you are gonna know that you call someone up and they basically say, okay, what you need to do is you need to go talk to Anna Molly at Cake Shop.
Cake shop.
It's a nightclub. It's got a retro futurist kind of thing, so you know, dress accordingly. And the person you're talking to kind of goes, "Have you dealt with Animale before?
Have I?
Probably not. I don't see why you
No,
would have.
I have not.
All right. So you're gonna want to bring some kind of like gift or present or something. She kind of likes. It doesn't have to be like expensive. She likes like smaller, like maybe like little, artistic kind of thing. She likes unique thing, stuff from like different cultures and stuff like that. Stuff that's not going to just be like all over the place here.
Hmm.
And she'll probably want some story about it, if you want to impress her.
I'm sure I can dig something like that up.
All right, but yeah, so dress like how ancient people thought the future was going to be like. That's kind of the but
I look down to what I'm wearing and be like,
club stuff.
I
you
look
know.
down to what I'm wearing. I'm like, I'm fairly certain this is pretty good, but okay. I know you
You
don't know
will
what I'm
need-
wearing.
You will need a plastic vest and metal bits that attach in random places. Perhaps a slinky that is going down your arm.
What the hell's a slinky?
It is like a spring, except it is a toy for children.
Okay,
You're gonna go
those
like,
kind of things don't really work on no gravity.
That is correct.
Well, I'm sure I'll figure something out, and if anything, I can at least look at what other people were dressed like. Thank you for the information, mate.
Yeah, anytime.
Hopefully, we can do another job together at one point in the future. And
Yeah.
hang up. Okay, I have some deets for a job opportunity. This person named Animali at Cake Shop. It's a nightclub. We need to wear nightclub gear and bring a gift that's kind of artsy, nothing too big, like something small that has a story to it or some shit. I was thinking, Teddy, you might have something like that. You seem like the kind of person who have an artsy gift, and a story is something you can tell.
Yeah, I can probably find something from a former client, and I goes into the crew quarters to dig around. Let's see. I'm pulling up like a magic item generator to just give me something random. Okay, so I think what Teddy comes back with later is he has like a smoking pipe, like the Sissy Napalm pipe, that kind of old smoking pipe, but rather than being made out of wood or anything, it's made of this like swirling metallic substance. And
That is certainly artsy.
yeah, I mean it's really mostly for show. It doesn't do all that much. I mean it's just a pipe, but it looks cool and it will, react to the flame or the substance. And gosh, how to embellish the story of how I got it. Because I don't want to just lie, but I mean it was just
What is the real story? And we can add special ingredients to make it spicy.
yes. Well, okay, so it was. I mean, I guess it was kind of already a spicy story in that a man hired me to spice things up at home, but did not tell his partner that he was doing so, and he hid, and so I was just kind of there, uh, ready and presented when this person came home and thought I had broken into their house, and so this was one of the things that they threw at me as they were kind of shooing me out the door.
It sounds like there was a breakdown in communications.
Yep, and that's why I, try and focus on emphasizing my communications. Yeah, that was one of my earlier jobs. Before I had really figured out my contract and my setup for that.
Sounds like quite a time.
You do talk a lot.
I can.
So, I think that is a fairly spicy story. Perhaps go into more detail about the wife's reaction. That sounds hilarious.
Yeah, I think we'll have to get a gauge on this Animali first. Figure out if she wants to hear those kinds of details or.
I mean, she is in a nightclub. I'm not sure if she runs a nightclub or something, but I'm kind of getting that vibe.
I mean, could just be where she conducts her business.
That too. I mean, anybody in a nightclub likes to hear about some nice gossip. So the more detail, the better. Is what I say. The first time I said
Yes.
that.
I've heard you say that at least once, Scarra.
At least once, yes. Right, okay. I guess the first step is finding out where this cake shop is. Pulls out compass.
Is it
Yeah.
referring to the confectionery item or
Hmm.
the part of a human?
I'm sure it's the latter.
Oh,
I don't know. I mean, I guess we'll have to see what their aesthetics are. Maybe they've got, neon signs of lollipops and stuff. Or maybe they are just talking about booty, 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 booty rocking everywhere.
I'm gonna go into space Google Maps.
I thought it was called twerking.
There are many words for the kind of work that I am most comfortable with.
I'm gonna look up cake shop on Google Maps, space Google Maps.
Yeah. I can show you a picture of the interior of
Sure.
cake shop.
David did make it, so honestly, it could go either way.
Yeah.
I did not. This is actually a hot
Oh,
a hot club in Seoul right
Hot.
now.
Yacht.
Oh, it's in Discord. I was looking over at Roll20 waiting for it to
yeah.
pop up.
We're all just waiting.
Yeah, sorry, Discord.
Okay.
Oh. Okay, well, I mean, like, the aesthetic is like concrete wall.
Yeah, it's a bit hard to tell because we're in like the DJ's booth in that
Yeah.
perspective.
There are no cupcakes, as I'm just gonna say that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Also, well, there's a little booth area over to the left, but
It's like
it
a
does
bar.
seem like
It looks like
Yeah,
a
it seems-
trendy furnished basement.
It looks like
Mhm.
something like a hipster would go to.
Yeah. I mean, you're not wrong. The whole description of it is that it's small, but it has like really good music. And so like, yeah, that's what
I dig it.
that's what it is. But yeah, if you do your space Google, you're gonna see people dressed up. People are dressed up more like think how you would imagine like a Comic-Con now, but more like themed towards clubbing. So it's the sluttier Comic-Con stuff than
Have you been to Comic Con
So
before? It's all
Comic-Con.
slutty.
I mean, but some people are not, right? And this one is definitely very much geared towards that. It's for young people. They go there to dance, have fun, and meet other young people.
Neith is gonna go up to Teddy with two metallic looking stars that she seems to have been cut out of like some sort of aluminum or something.
Mhm.
And she just walks up to Teddy with them and says, I am not great at human anatomy or humanoid anatomy. I'm going to use these as pasties, but I'm not sure where to put them. Can you help me?
Oh, yes. Is it okay if I touch you?
Yes.
Okay, and then just like takes your hands and will like guide them to where they would go. And yeah, just a little bit here and like subtly adjusts one of them.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Is this acceptable attire?
It's okay in my book. I guess we'll see if they let us in.
I mean,
I
yeah.
I do not have nipples, so I do not know if this will be too much or not enough.
Just going off of, I think I have something that would work. And Scarra's going to go into his closet and find like just a mesh shirt and just put it on.
Would you like to weave some wires into it so it looks more futuresque?
I mean, my bodysuit's technically underneath this, so it's just got like a metal sheen just underneath.
I think you look lovely.
It's been a few years since I've worn this, but I'm glad I kept it on me at all times, apparently.
On my planet, that is offensive.
What is?
A net worn over your body.
I don't know. I think it looks nice.
It does. I was just making conversation.
Hmm. And what about you, Ted?
Well, let's see. I've got. And like, again, goes into the quarters. And like, if you follow him, you see he's like. He's got a lot of clothes to pick from. And it's like, could do this. This. And eventually, I think it's gonna settle on like booty shorts and a crop top t-shirt. So like, whole midriff is exposed. I think the shirt just has like a stylized like rocket ship and someone riding on it, almost like end of Doctor Strangelove style. And I don't think the booty shorts say anything. No, I'm not gonna get that fancy with it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, so it's gonna be open at night. So you got a little bit of time before then. If there's any scenes or anything people want to do before they go to cake shop.
Okay, so we figured out our ship name. What's our company name called?
That is a brilliant question. I did not think that far ahead. So what exactly kind of jobs do we want to do? We've never really discussed this. We've said we want to do stuff above the board, as per the ship name.
And we've
Of
got
course.
Are we gonna do trading? Are we gonna do explorations? What kind of things are we thinking?
I do not think we should limit ourselves.
we've got a diverse skill set. And we held our own pretty well on the the terrifying jungles on Pangea. But I mean, I'm good with people. You're a very good flyer, so we could do any sort of stuff that involves flying the ship. Neith, you've got a metal thumb, I guess, instead of like a green thumb.
Oh, I see.
And Erstwhile, kind of looking at them, who's probably just like, I don't know. I imagine Erstwhile's playing like, oh god, what's it called? Five Finger Fillet, just on one of the tables in the messers.
I always picture them with having like a cigarette in their mouth, even though that's impossible.
Yeah, I was thinking
Like-
that's like a cigar kind
Well, I
of
think
thing.
Z was saying that
Yeah.
like they were smoking a cigar in the first episode or something. But yeah,
That or just having like those like little spectacles you can have on your, but since they have multiple eyes, just having multiple spectacles, just like reading a book.
they're
Yeah.
all like connected. Yep.
Yeah.
yeah, I think we can handle a wide variety of jobs. And so kind of similarly with my idea for the ship name, I was thinking, what if we called ourselves the Crew?
That kind of leans towards. It's a good name, I guess. I was thinking
Your creativity is stunning.
Well, thank you.
What if we added like a tag before that, like an adjective or some kind of thing, like the something crew, not exactly the something crew, because that would kind of be not really good, I don't think.
We also do not want to confuse people that we are just a crew. We have a ship.
Yes.
What if we
Well-
called our company Feats of Fancy?
Can you come again?
Feats of Fancy.
Oh, do you
And
mean
how
like
do you spell feet?
these feet? And Teddy just holds up one of his big rabbit feet, or the
No,
other kind.
as in feat, an achievement that requires great courage, skill, and strength.
I'm concerned people might think of the first thing that Teddy mentioned.
Oh,
I mean,
just-
if you obviously you spell it like that, but people might just hear feats of fancy. What kind of weird thing is that, right?
Correct. We do not want to be known as all courtesans.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. Kind of looking over at Erstwhile. I don't know that everyone has the temperament for it in this crew.
I also do not have feet.
I mean, you have metal feet.
Those are an extension that does not connect to my body.
I mean,
Do
would
you
that,
understand that?
would you say that I have no feet then in the same capacity?
Correct.
I don't know how to feel about that.
Well, I mean, that's okay. I mean, between Erstwhile and I, we've got, I think, enough feet that it averages out for everyone.
Technically, you are correct.
Does Erstwhile have feet or hooves?
I would have to
Don't
go
look at the
find some of
character
the art.
Might be hooves.
I mean, I know she has those little
you
like,
to
like
look.
I know
Oh,
she has
no,
those little
claws
T-Rex.
and, like,
They have
talons.
those, yeah. They
Oh,
have
they're
the little-
claws. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
feet.
okay, like griffins'
Feet.
talons.
Yeah.
Or I guess eagles.
Yeah.
Getting back on topic.
Mm.
Company name. Oh, we are very versatile, so we could versatility. We're not exactly profound or of any kind. We could have our ship name included in the. What did we name our ship again? The
Nad Bortum.
Nad Boredom. So, the Boredom Crew.
Hmm.
The
Let's see. Let's see.
We could call ourselves the Pro Team.
A team.
I guess so. Now I'm starting to get. I think we need to put some parameters on
When
this
you-
because I came up with the name idea, Tip the Scales, but I don't know that that works as like a crew or a company name necessarily.
I mean, we can tip the scale certainly. I mean, that's actually not so bad of a name. I like that. I do actually like that.
Plus, it will give them the subconscious thought of tipping us.
Yep.
That's an added bonus, yes. I
We'll
do enjoy
make-
that name.
Yes, let us make the first word in capitals.
Okay. And
Give us the tip, please. Wait.
Going
Just
with
the
tip
tip.
the scales. Just the tip.
Sorry. That
Sorry,
was,
that's what I was
not
thinking when I was
actually
saying.
something to say. That was just LB off the top of my head.
Yep. I mean, I'll be honest, I wasn't even thinking of that, but now I like the idea even better.
I think I'm settled on tip the scales.
Wait, does Erstwhile have scales? Just
They've
checking.
they've got feathers mostly.
Okay, good. I just didn't want to be offensive.
Yeah, no, I mean you're the one with the
I
scales.
have scales. Wait, I have scales. I like it.
I think we should settle on it before we go do two down the rabbit hole.
Okay, so
No
Tip-
offense.
tip the scales on. I think Teddy barely even registers that. It's just like and just like moves right along.
Mhm.
All right. So you got a ship name, you got a company, or you got a company name, and we'll say that that took up enough time, the throwing around ideas and whatnot and workshopping it, that you can very easily start going towards Cake Shop.
Yeah,
if
there's
you
time
wanted.
spent like designing the stylization of the names and like how we're
Mhm.
gonna get the Nad Boredom put on the side of the ship. So
Scarra just has like a whiteboard of just like all the names we came up with,
mhm.
So is
just
it
crossing them
on,
off.
on the ship? Is it going to be like Nad Boredom and then like smaller print underneath it, like tip the scales, or is it just going to be the Nad Boredom?
I think the ship is just gonna have Nad Boredom on it, but like if we design business cards, or I guess in this world they would probably just be digital business
Yeah.
cards.
I've already thought of a design, and if I was an actual design artist, I would go for and draw it. But I was thinking like all capital, like the tip was all in gold, like all the capitals, and then the scales have like all these scales behind it, and then just like an italic the scales. But I might draw something later. Who knows?
Yeah, we'll see, and
Yeah.
I'm sure Z will have ideas as well.
I'm sure.
And yeah, there's no reason you even have to keep any of these names, right? If you end up deciding you like something better, you can always change it. There's
Rebrand.
yeah, the the the, the name isn't gonna like get ahead of you, right? Part of the
Not
whole
yet.
thing of this is it's a little bit like the Wild West, right? And like the internet is literally like delivered from like planet to planet. There's like data runners who go around doing that stuff. So yeah, you guys are good right now.
I do like the idea of like on our ship it starts with like Nad Boredom and then it's crossed out. It's like the next ship name and then that gets crossed out and the next ship name.
We just have a bunch of stickers slapped over top, and eventually it just like piles up. It just like extends through our ship. The next people who buy the ship from us have to just scrape them off one by one.
Yep.
So yeah, you very easily get your your preliminary paperwork done. You find out whatever you need from the the internet here of what you'll need if you wanted to like legally accept a job, and what information you'll need and stuff like that. And you can get it set up and just ready to send to people, kind of your digital business card, if you will. Nothing like crazy about it. It's just right now it's just like information. And yeah, we will say that Erstwhile, while you guys are debating what to name things, is going to get a call on their compad, and it's going to kind of be like, sorry, I gotta, there's a friend, I gotta go help him, and kind of rush out the door.
That's all right. We're only going to meet a client, so I'm sure it'll be fine. Three Amigos. Also, just came up with another good name, but that's
it's taken.
Copyright law. Copyright law still exists. The Terran mandate is falling apart, but copyright is eternal.
Well, anything that's a reference, someone's already got it. They're not letting that go.
It's just a line. Right on cue.
All right. Yeah, so you all make your way to Cake Shop. So hard not to say that, but it's the name of it is not the Cake Shop, so I have to. Anyways, you're at Cake Shop. There's a little bit of a line already. You got there kind of like a little before it opened because it's a popular place. The building itself is like not of the fashion that buildings are in now at all. And excuse me, you find that you found on your internet search that it's literally like made after this famous club in Korea back on old Earth. And like it's built the same. It's like a replica, It's this homage to this famous club from back in the day, and it's been that way for hundreds of years. But the building looks to be well maintained. They've almost certainly had to have replaced. It's a bit of a ship of Theseus kind of thing of like nothing on here is the original building.
Yep.
And you make your way through the little bit of a line. Hey, there you go.
I'm in the club, guys.
What the? How'd Scarra get in already?
And yeah, it's not too crowded yet, but as you were waiting in line, like people were getting in line behind you, so it's going to be probably pretty packed all night. As you kind of go in and are looking around, we'll say that it becomes clear that Animali is not here yet.
Well, might as well do some lingering, pick up some henchmen.
Yeah, if you want.
Yeah, I'll just pick up a couple wayward souls.
All right. Yeah, I mean, they're your henchmen. They're whatever if you want to name them or anything like that, you have at it.
Yeah.
I'm
Luke Skywalker. No.
I think Neith is kind of just standing over in a corner, like she's holding a drink that she obviously can't drink.
Mhm.
And she's just like she's got the awkward like face on, all the teeth. She's not smiling, but it's like kind of
Neutral
just, like,
face.
doesn't know she doesn't know what to do in this setting.
Yep. I think Teddy, spends a little bit of time just out on the dance floor, but I think we'll notice Neith like that, and we'll, in the transitions of some songs, make his way over to her and just be like, "You doing okay?"
I do not know what to do in this situation. I have never been to the club.
Yeah, it's it's an experience. I mean, well, I guess. Forgive me if this is a weird question, but can your legs dance?
Why would they do that?
Well, I mean, it's because it can be fun. I mean, I guess it's probably different when you can't. You don't really feel your legs, do you?
No, they are made of metal.
Okay, but yeah, I guess I wasn't sure if you had sensors or something, but I mean, you might still get something out of it if you kind of, get them to wiggle, and like Teddy gently demonstrates like swaying back and forth and like to the music.
This is an odd movement.
Yeah, I mean, I guess when you look at it like that, it is, but it's it's just you kind of feel it and you go with it.
Like the current.
Yeah, it's like a current.
Okay, I will try.
And if you've decided it's not your thing, then it's not your thing, and that's okay too.
All right, I will try it. Thank you.
You're welcome. And then
I think that she wraps her tail around her so that nobody steps on it because it's kind of crowded in here. It's very long.
Mhm.
And you just, she's just on the dance floor like this.
Yeah.
She seems to be fine.
Yeah, with some folks with like Halloween party girl Vulcan costumes on and stuff like that nearby, and maybe like a Jedi robe on somebody. But yeah, you kind of hang around for probably about like an hour. So what you're gonna notice is like kind of the downstairs is more of like the dance club area of it. It's the dance floor. There is an upstairs to it, and that's kind of more like a bar with like seating and stuff like that. But there's still like areas that are kind of cleared out for some people who want to get up and dance. The music from downstairs, which is live, is being piped up to the upstairs through speakers, so it's just as loud up there. And yeah, Scarra, you get these hinch individuals numbers in your Rolodex. You know, they're around if you need them. I don't know if you want to bring them to the meeting with Animali,
I'll just
but
have them. I mean, they're just escorts, so they can show us around places, and also just look intimidating.
all right. I will say with that, then one of them will have heard of Animali and will point her out as she and her bodyguard enter the building and go to a booth that is quickly vacated as they approach.
Okay.
And she sits down, and the bodyguard kind of just stands up and just kind of it's kind of in a corner, and he's just kind of blocking off the area, like no one's getting nearby. He's kind of doing that whole bodyguard thing of like he's got his hands kind of down near his waist, like one hand holding the other, and he's just kind of looking around.
I'll have them do the same kind of thing 5 feet behind me, kind of like two on both sides.
Give you a picture of this guy.
Okay. Oh, not tall what I thought he would look like.
Come on.
Okay.
What TV show is that from?
It's not a TV show.
Oh wow. What movie is he from?
He's not a he's a bodyguard.
Okay.
He's an actual real life. This is Choi Young Jae. If people want to look them up, they are the South Korean president's bodyguard. They became famous as they're the handsome bodyguard.
I was gonna say, damn.
Yeah,
Hello.
they're not wrong.
Sir. He could be a movie star.
He could. That's what I thought. I was like, is he from a movie? Because he looks fucking good. Damn.
The difference between the picture and the game will be, however, that he is very clearly heavily cybernetic like modifications, like, and it's clearly Miltech stuff. So like not someone you look like that looks like you want to tangle with him kind of thing. You know, you see some of it kind of going up into like the neck and the head. His eyes look like they're probably cybernetic. And yeah, like a whole like hand is clearly cybernetic and stuff like that. As he stands there looking, you can tell the eyes are cybernetic as they're like changing color and stuff as he's clearly like scanning the crowd. And you see sitting in the booth behind him, Animali, which I will have to change her proportions a little bit here. There we go.
Okay. So I feel like we need to back up a step and like, yeah, we said the bodyguard's handsome, but what else can we do to describe him for the folks at home?
He is a handsome Korean man.
Yeah, so these both appear to be Korean individuals. He's got like hair that is like swept up and over a little bit, very stern look, cheekbones that could cut glass, a strong jaw, and a very straight nose. I can't think of a better way to describe it, but that's also probably like the lighting in this picture is very dramatic that we have.
He also has somebody standing right in front of him to the right. I
forgot. I didn't even notice that before.
Yeah. But that person is completely out of focus.
Because clearly you can only focus on him when you're looking at him.
For those of you fans of what is it? Not season 2 of K-pop, but like the second generation K-pop. He looks like Doonjun from Beast. Attractive.
Okay.
Is this the chick from Space Sweepers?
I have no idea.
Don't think so.
It kind of looks like her with the proportions.
I didn't look for like a specific individual to like name them after for Animali.
But just
You
brief
have to give them
sidebar.
their own name for once.
Yeah. If you've not seen Space Sweepers, you should watch it. It's amazing. But so Animali is Korean woman, hair down to like her belly button, one part coming down the front, the other part down her back. She's in like a gray suit, with a pencil tie. Got like gold embellishments. It looks like she's got like birds at the collar stays. I forget what those are actually called.
Also wearing suspenders with like gold clips onto the grey pants, like grey suit pants.
Yep.
And
White shirt underneath, but has like a very yellow handkerchief coming out of the suit pocket.
I'm gonna signal over to Teddy and Neith if they're actually looking at me. I have no idea, but I'll kind of make myself obvious and then point towards Animali.
Is that our... It's not a mark. What would we refer to her as?
Contact.
Contact.
They don't know us, so I guess not really, but like potential job offerer.
In the circles, someone who can hook you up with a job is referred to as a fixer. We're just going to keep standard, like Shadowrun, underworld type stuff for it.
I remember hearing that term in Cyberpunk.
Yep.
Yeah.
Quite a lot.
Yeah.
Cyberpunk is basically just Shadowrun without magic and elves and stuff.
I have played Shadowrun a little bit, one session.
Ooh, I love Shadowrun. It's a fun one. Anyway,
it was too complicated for my DM to run.
It's very complicated. It's basically 3 systems mushed together.
Yeah, because isn't it like once you start hacking, there's like a whole other.
Hacking
is its
difficult. Own thing. Magic is its own thing. Combat is its own thing. Like there's almost no like carryover. Yeah, but it's like they're all the best way to do each of those things. And Shadowrun's magic is by far my favorite magic system. At least some of the older editions. I haven't looked at the new one at all. Because it's like once you know a spell, you can just do it, and they're like spells. You can learn them, you can buy them. They're a lot of fun.
Okay, I'm going to start making my way over as long as Teddy and Neith are with me. Hopefully.
Yep.
Yes, Teddy, are you going to do the talking?
I imagine I can take a lot of it, but Scarra, your contact is the one who told us about this, so
yes.
You may want to.
That they can hook us up with the job.
Yeah, you may want to, just start by saying, we heard about you from so and so.
Gavisto is a great guy who can hook us up with a lot of jobs, hopefully in the future. Or job people who can give jobs. Just came up with a name on the spot.
Look at you. It's something that not many people on this channel can do, so
yeah.
A+.
Names are my weak point for sure, which is why they're all puns in Squire Squad.
I have had to come up with names on the spot all the time for my own D&D games, so I think I've become okay at it.
Yeah.
To let people name stuff themselves, or if they don't want to, I'll just do a random name generator or something.
Yep. I've named the my entourage, by the way, my hench people, Seth and Brogan.
Seth and Brogan. So
yes.
So the question here is going to be: are these people foreigners on the planet, or are these their American names? So it's a common thing for Korean people for foreigners to have a more easily pronounceable name.
These are their American names.
Okay. Seth and Brogan. Got it.
Yes, because Scarra just goes around naming people to make it easier for us to know. I think this is just how they introduced themselves.
Okay.
They may be lying about their names. I don't care.
Yeah, doesn't matter. All right. As you all approach, you get pretty close to the bodyguard before he kind of like puts a hand out, and a moderately accented mandate asks you all what you're doing here.
Hi there. We're here to meet Animali. My one of my friends who was just some jobs around recommended that I'd speak to Animali here. His name is Kavisto. I believe that she may be able to hook us up with a job.
Kind of looks you over, and you see his eyes begin to kind of like flash, clearly scanning and whatnot, and you see the telltale stuff of like like AR is clearly being displayed for him and stuff like that as he looks you all up and down and just kind of says, "You have a gift."
I just nod over to Teddy.
Yep, Teddy will pull it out of. It's impressive how he has this on his person, given the outfit he's wearing, but pulls it out and shows the pipe, which even when it's not being actively used, is still like kind of slowly shifting.
Kind of looks it over, nods, and looks back to Animali, and she's kind of like lounging in the booth, got like an arm up on it, and just kind of like waves you all through. And he kind of goes, "All right." And she's sitting like taking up half the booth. You guys are expected to kind of go on the other half. It's a wraparound, so you don't have to squeeze in like where two people would be.
Take a seat on the opposite side.
And it's really, really loud. One of the things probably the bodyguard, as he was talking to you, he was probably having to like lean in and kind of yell. And she's kind of leaning back, and she just pushes forward some like little earpiece things towards you all.
Takes it and puts it in.
Neith put this on through her mask thing.
I'll just adjust my mask.
I'll put it on.
All right. She'll kind of look towards Neith, who I guess you can't, right? You don't have.
I don't have ears.
Ears. She'll kind of like motion for you to give it to her, and she kind of like pulls like a little thing on it and like places it by her head, and it kind of just stays there, and then she gives it back to you.
Oh, places it like she like looks at it real fast, so like as a curiosity, like what is this? Okay, cool. Puts it on her ears.
All right, and as she's kind of leaning back and talking, it becomes clear that she is speaking in Korean. Do any of you understand it?
I speak common. I'd say I've been to the city before. I'd like to say I do.
I mean, I just picked up a diplomat.
You took diplomat, so you speak all the languages of the sector.
Yep.
So yeah, you do speak Korean.
I'd like to say I speak it not amazingly, but well enough.
It becomes clear she's speaking Korean. You still don't hear her, and your earpiece isn't broadcasting like her. Instead, you hear kind of like a different voice come in, and in like unaccented mandate just says, "Animali greets you." And Teddy, you can tell she said a lot more than that.
I mean, Teddy probably knows enough of the customs to know how to like properly return the greetings. And so we'll probably what essentially gets translated is that Teddy, captain of Tip the Scales, thanks Animali for her greeting and returns the same.
All right. What I'll say, the translation, it quickly becomes apparent. It's like a Cliff Notes version of whatever you're saying. It whatever this is clearly leaving out anything it feels is unnecessary information.
Okay.
And she kind of like nods and says some in Korean. The translation, it comes in. It starts to become clear that this thing is now going to be, from here on out, is going to be translating her more accurately than it will translate you. And I think Neith, what's your background again? Specifically?
Technician.
Okay. It becomes clear that this is not like a person doing this. This is like an AI.
Okay.
And I would say that the AI comes across as a little bit bored and like maybe like it's being purposely lazy.
Oh.
But yeah, so she kind of leans back and says to you all like, all right, so you're here because you want a job, I take it. Did you bring me something?
Yes. Puts forward the pipe. This is from one of my first jobs when I struck out on my own. A husband thought that bringing me home to he and his wife's bed would spice things up. However, he neglected to tell the wife about my arrival, and so she thought I was an intruder in their home, and understandably began throwing many things at me. This is one of the ones that they did not reclaim, and I took with me upon leaving that job.
She kind of laughs. It is clear that whatever this, because you can kind of hear him translate it as well. He translated this part very accurately.
So I imagine with her laughing, the AI just says like ha 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 ha, like very stilted.
It more comes back and is just like she laughs at it. She thinks she thinks it's funny.
She is amused.
Yeah.
And she goes, all right, now I need to know a little bit about you all before I do business with you. So if you would please introduce yourselves.
Well, I am Teddy, the de facto captain of our little company. You see myself. I will let the other two introduce themselves, but we also have a medic who is off attending other business at the moment.
Howdy, I am Miles Scarra. I am the pilot of this little crew, and I think I'm also pretty proficient in trade.
Hello, my name is Neith. My voice box can be modified if you find another voice more entertaining or friendly. I am these ships' mechanic.
Nods at it all. It's all accurately translated. If not, it's a little more to the point.
Mm-hmm.
You guys were already pretty to the point. But anyways, what I'll say is that it becomes clear it's she kind of starts to ask questions more like it's a job interview. She's legitimately maybe like somewhere between a job interview and a date.
Mm-hmm.
Like she's trying to get to know you all pretty well. She's sizing you up.
Also want to point out this is the first time that Scarra's introduced his full name.
Mm-hmm.
Even in front of the group.
I hadn't thought about that.
There was a small
This is business. So
Yeah. So I'll say, like, during this, is there a personal anecdote that any of you would have to try and maybe impress Animali with, or entertain, or just anything that's going to make her more inclined to give you a good job or hire you or
I'm
something?
going to mention that our last job was doing work with the collector,
The broker.
the broker. That's it.
And it wasn't really doing work for him. We were just eventually directed to him as the buyer.
Yes, but that's how I'm wording it because that's how Scarra sees it.
Okay.
I mean, Teddy is he's not gonna like, whip out Space Yelp and pull up his reviews, but we'll talk about the various clients that he has entertained at various points, and the wide array of people that he has managed to interface with pretty seamlessly socially.
Okay.
And Neith will probably make she'll probably talk about Pleasant and how she came across Pleasant and how she has basically adopted him. And then probably make a not funny joke about like something not like had do a little anecdote about like something mechanical on him, like, oh, I can't believe they used 3/4 inches instead of 2/8. Like, oh, what idiots, like something like that nobody else would get except for a mechanic.
Hmm.
Teddy still laughs politely. He doesn't get it.
Yeah,
Scar just
yeah.
stares, like completely zones out as soon as she starts talking about like screws and that. It's like, I don't know what's going on.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so I think with each of these, I'm going to want a skill check from people. For Scarra, I think I'll want Connect since you name dropped.
Mm.
Um,
Charisma?
yeah, because you're trying to
Okay.
come across well. You're selling yourself. Teddy, I would. There's a pretty good amount of leeway here. I'd allow a talk,
Yeah, I mean, I
or
built up perform to kind of be
I-
my schmoozing
yeah,
role.
yeah, I'd allow a perform.
Okay.
And Neith,
Not great.
I'd allow a talk or a fix, since you really went into mechanical detail on this.
I wonder which one I'm gonna take.
Obviously, the talk.
Yeah, the -1 in talk.
Okay,
Okay.
so I got the lowest with a 6.
I got the medium ground with an 8.
And in tradition of this game, I of course got everything the best and got a 10.
Mm. Just keep getting to roll fix on
Yeah.
and stuff.
One of the reasons I did name drop is that I was like, none of the other stats would probably help me if I was actually to do a stat.
All right. I think kind of the summary of the scene here is that despite the board AI not really doing a great job of conveying things to Animali, she does seem to probably to warm up to you all as a group. And as you talk for maybe an hour or so, there's some she orders drinks once or twice, and she kind of goes, yeah, I have some jobs I think you all might be able to do, and we'll kind of discuss those, and you can choose what you would like. And I think probably should we do a break before we discuss multiple jobs?
Yes. All right, so we are gonna take our break. We'll be back in 5 to 15 minutes, somewhere in that time. If you're here with us live, thank you for hanging out with us. Get yourself some water, a snack, take your meds, do a stretch, all that good stuff. We will be back real soon. Hello, Internet. We are back. Took a little bit of a longer break, but that's okay. We needed it. But we're back, ready to go, and ready to get some jobs. So, let's turn things back over to David.
All right. So as you sit there talking with Animali, and she, says, "I've got a few jobs for you," and none of you failed, like did a outright failure on your come across as good checks, and you got a 10 in there. So, yeah, she's gonna kind of say, well, so I have like a B&E. I've got got a delivery job, got a recovery job, rescue job, a human, smuggle a guy out of the country kind of job, and a pretty nice bounty job.
Could we get more detail on that rescue person job? Did you say?
Yeah, I got a rescue job. So there is. Yeah. So a scientist that works for what was the company? I believe it was GBD. Has been recently kidnapped by some pirates and is being held out in a ship out in the asteroid belt here in system, and one of their fellow scientists would like them rescued. The complication being that they want no official entanglements, as in law enforcement cannot know.
Okay.
Okay. And what about the bounty job?
So that is going to be so someone made the mistake of stealing from the wrong person. I don't know if you're familiar with combat manufacturing, but it's a and then as I say that, probably Neith would know as a technician. They're one of the major suppliers of military grade cybernetic implants in the sector. Anyone else, if they want to know it, can roll a no, but it's not
I
important.
will roll a no. I want to know all the things.
Okay.
Intelligence, I guess.
6.
Well,
9.
even with a
And a
-1,
9.
that's a 6 for Teddy.
Okay. Yeah, so you've heard of them, both of you, and Scarra, you probably have heard of the name that she is about to say. She says that one of their vice presidents, this guy stole something apparently fairly valuable from Li Banhua, and she would like him brought back for questioning. She's willing to pay a bit of extra if you kill the crime boss that is sheltering him and bring back proof. And she believes that this crime boss has sort of been largely responsible for some of the things targeting her company. The complication on it would be And I'm going to have to delete these pictures. So sorry. Well, I gotta delete our handsome bodyguard.
No.
So the complication being that he is currently being sheltered on Thara, which is this guy right over here. You would all know that Thara is a known system, but it is an alien world that the natives have never developed space travel or anything like that. They're honest to God from that planet, and they are currently in an industrial revolution era, like trains and shit like that.
Do they know of space travel?
They do. So nothing's stopping anyone from landing ships on the surface or anything like that. Now the issue being that, like, could someone take a small army and conquer Thara? Sure, absolutely. No one would ever do that for any reason, because Thara can't produce anything of value that you would want. Even like growing food, they can't grow in the quantities that would be necessary to like export to another planet.
So
and even then, even then, like, well, because they just don't have the technology. Industrial revolution, they can't manufacture anything of value. Who gives a shit about gold? You're in space. There's gold all over the damn place. You know, like whatever they have as money doesn't translate to credits. So about the only thing it has going for them is it's a planet with like no galactic kind of like interstellar authority going. So pirates tend to like to hang out there, criminals, stuff like that. And it's not unheard of for criminals to hide on the surface of the planet, oftentimes trading technology and stuff like that for like a nice life there, you know? So they might come in and just like be like, hey, here's 10 laser pistols, governor of this city. And then like that guy's like his own little dictator now. And like, you know, the governor is like a dictator, and they're living like kings. You know, kings. It's still, you know, it'd still be like, I'm gonna go live in a really nice tent. You know, it's not great compared to
I'm
what
not
you
sure
guys
if people in
like.
the Industrial Revolution lived in tents, but
I mean, but compared to what you guys are used to, right?
probably
There's
like an apartment.
It's like camping. It's like camping, right? Like it's okay. You go out and live in a log cabin in the middle of nowhere with no electricity. That's not living it up. It doesn't matter that you get decent food.
Yeah.
And you have comfortable
it's not.
furniture. Yeah.
Hey, look, you got to accept what you can get, right?
Yeah. But there's no worry. And, you know, they have ships there. They can hide out, go do some crime. You know, once the heat's on, they can come back, bribe some other official.
It would make looking for somebody difficult because
there's no internet.
It would be the word of the people, pretty much.
Yeah. And it's hard to communicate with them.
Do we want to do murders?
I mean, it's technically illegal because it's bounty hunting.
So here's going to be the thing on it is like crime and stuff is going to be really weird here. And that like, if you do a crime somewhere else, there's a pretty good chance it's not going to catch up with you as long as you leave the system. Right. And especially in Thara, there's like no one on any other planet is going to care that you break laws on Thara. Like,
yeah. There's also the added wrinkle of it's out of system. We don't yet have the supplies to travel out of system, really. So this may be a job to come back to.
You don't have to murder the guy. The bounty is capture this dude. There's kind of a bonus bounty on murder this other dude.
Yeah.
I have the capabilities by jumping. I just don't have the ship capability, I guess.
Yeah, because
I am trained to do it, but the ship isn't.
Well, you need like fuel.
So it sounds like we need to accomplish another job before we can really consider that one.
Is there any jobs that people are interested in?
Yeah, I am curious about the delivery and recovery jobs.
Yeah,
okay.
I like the delivery one. Especially if
So
it's dangerous.
the delivery one is actually kind of she goes, it should be a simple one. It's a valuable item. It's old tech. It's fragile, and I've got a when you're ready. When I have someone ready to move it, we'll arrange for a drop off. You pick it up and you'll take it to a specific place. Should be done. Should get you a few hundred credits.
Okay, and that would just be like on planet.
Yeah, like in the city. Pick something up, take it over a few blocks.
Okay.
That's lame.
Yeah, but could be a good starting point because
Yeah, not it's not starting to in over our heads.
yeah.
The recovery is a certain Minervan diplomat would like you to recover something that was left behind at one of the alien ruins on New Sol. Basically, if it gets found, he gets caught as trespassing on territory he was not allowed to be on, and it would be kind of a big diplomatic incident. So he would like someone to go back and retrieve it before it is found.
Okay, that sounds kind of our speed. And could be a good networking opportunity.
Let's see. Is there
Sounds good to me.
any of them that you haven't?
I mean, we
Heard
haven't
of.
asked about the B&E or the smuggling someone, but I don't think those are
Okay,
things we are
so
particular. I mean, you're
the
welcome to tell us about them.
the smuggling someone is a Zabuth academic has gotten in bad with a local crime lord, and he needs off planet something fierce. Yeah, and the B&E is someone wants you to break into a local fast food chain's headquarters and steal their seafood fried rice recipe.
Oh my god. Wait a second. Guys, we need to do this heist.
Ooh, okay. Now I'm just trying to figure out prioritizing some
fine
of
to
these
do what-
jobs.
We can do a list of them, I guess, if she'll allow us to do that.
Yeah, she likes you all well enough. She's giving you the choice, and a lot of these are things you could do quick. And if you wanted a quick payday before leaving the system, like on your way out, if you wanted to do like the bounty mission or the academic guy.
Yeah, I mean,
You
we
know.
do the smuggling job as we help go get the,
Mm-hmm.
drop them off on Thara as we recover the other guy, and
He would. I don't think he would pay you. He couldn't pay you if you dropped him off on Thara.
Oh,
He wouldn't
yeah.
have the ability to access his bank funds.
yeah. Well, okay, so
But he could stay on the ship while you did the other one, and then take him.
yeah, so just looking at the map, and obviously this is not what we have to do, but just a thought of we take him to Minerva, drop him off there, go from Minerva to Thara to pick up the bounty, come back to New Sol with the bounty. Could work. But in terms of more immediate things, I'm thinking we could start with the delivery job, get a few easy credits so we can see about buying more gear, then do either the recovery job or the B&E, depending on which one's more time sensitive. Sounds like maybe the recovery one is more time sensitive. Then after that, we could upgrade to the B&E, and then from there, maybe the rescue job, since we'd have funds to kit out the ship a little and go deal with the pirates. Obviously this is being ambitious and trying to do all the jobs, but
She kind of says, some of these are a little time sensitive and they may not be here when you, especially like the rescue and stuff like that. I'm
Yeah.
going to be trying to fill that very quickly.
Yep. So
The question is the one that is really totally on my mind. How well do these pay in scales, I guess?
So the lowest paying is definitely the delivery job. The highest paying is the bounty mission, especially if you kill the crime lord. The scholar is going to pay okay, but he's not rich.
mhm.
He just, and it's should be like relatively low risk to you all. If you can get to him and get him on your ship without alerting anyone to his presence, you should be fine.
Yeah.
Um, the rescue job pays pretty well, but you know, again, you're being hired off the books by a fellow scientist that works for this engineering company. The diplomat's paying great money for that one. And yeah, the seafood fried rice recipe is paying pretty well too, surprisingly, as it is corporate espionage. So
Okay. So still thinking maybe we quickly do the delivery job, get some extra funds, then figure out the recovery job and see, what gear we'll need to get out to the ruins.
I can tell you right now, you'll want some mountain climbing gear
Okay. So
for that one.
most of us can traverse things pretty easily.
I
Yeah,
already
I
have.
mean,
I
it's
mean, I can
in-
fly, but I
it's
do
in
have a
mountains.
climbing harness, so that might help, if anything.
Okay, so I will give you a breakdown of the actual pay here for all of these guys. So the delivery job is going to be 1,000 credits.
Okay.
The let's see here. Well, I'll just go down my list here. So the heist is going to be 25,000 credits.
All right.
So and then that's the delivery. The diplomat is going to be 10,000 credits.
Okay.
The rescue job is going to be 5,000. The smuggling the guy off planet is going to be 2,500, and the bounty mission is going to be either 45,000 or 75,000 if you kill the guy and retrieve the bounty.
Okay. Good to know. Um, all right. So, what are we thinking? Still start with the delivery job and then go from there?
Yeah, we should start with the delivery, and then when we come back, we can see what
Yes,
jobs
yeah.
are left.
I want to steal the secret formula from Mr. Krabs.
All right. Well, Molly, after discussing with my compatriots, I think we have decided we would like to start with the delivery job. You know, show you that we are worth it, and start getting start putting our name out there.
Okay. All right, I'll let them know. And she will ask for a comm frequency or number or whatever to contact you on. And she goes, I will send you the pickup coordinates shortly. I assume you want to do it tonight.
If we're able.
All right. Okay. So, you guys have a little bit of time. I mean, you can hang around at the club if you want. You can get back to your ship and change into your like normal walking around clothes with maybe the
Please.
the armor or whatever.
Oh.
Yeah.
And yeah, you shortly get a text giving you the location of the drop. It's going to be in a briefcase in a locker in the city. So one of the things you all will have seen walking around is that they just have like these lockers, just like out on the street, not in the middle. You know what I'm saying? Like in walkways and stuff, where people would just like pay for like a locker right there, get a little key or a fob or whatever, and store stuff in it as they like go around and travel throughout the day. So it's going to be in one of those.
Do we have a fob?
You'll
Will we give him one?
you'll be you'll be told where to get the fob. It'll be like taped under something or something like that.
Yep.
It's good to be back in my clothes.
We'll say the fob's going to be taped on the back of a vending machine like 3 blocks away, and it's not going to have the number to the locker on it or anything like that. So, like, if you found the fob, there's no way you would be able to get to the locker.
Okay.
But you guys know the locker, so
Yeah.
it's easy enough.
Okay, so as we're going, just in case this becomes an issue, who should actually hold on to the briefcase? I imagine not me, in case I need to, anyone trying
If
to
I need
get
to,
us.
maybe me. I mean, I don't have my gun on me because obviously
But you
laws
can
around
fly
here. But I can
away.
fly. I can fly away.
I feel like that is a good option.
At the very least, I can beam back to the ship, and when I see beam, I mean fly really quickly back to the ship and grab my gun just in case, or at least fly the. No, I probably shouldn't fly the ship into the town. That would be a terrible idea.
That's a good way for us to all get arrested and lose the ship.
Mhm.
And you're sure flying will be a smooth ride? We don't know how fragile this package is.
Well, I certainly won't put the package above my own life, but I'll try and be as careful as I can be with it. And my flying, I mean, there's no debris around here, so as long as I keep it by my chest, that should be good. Should be fine. And hopefully
think
we
this
won't
will
get
go
into that
swimmingly.
situation. I mean, it's like any of these other people, right? Walking around the town, right? They have their bags or their backpacks or briefcases. I'm just another guy with a briefcase. Hopefully nothing should come unnerving from that.
Yep, just a guy with 2 aliens walking with him.
I mean, this a human planet?
It is. It
Oh.
is. It's human and it's very Korean. There's not.
I could walk with my two entourage. I could walk with my two henchmen and then just be apart from you, the two of them.
That could work, and just have us be nearby.
Mm. You could shadow us.
Yep. Also, after like a beat, Teddy just like starts laughing. He's like, "Ah, Neith, swimmingly. That's funny. Things will
Thank
go
you.
swimmingly."
Yes.
I imagine that's probably more standard where you're from, isn't it?
Sort of, yes. It
Really?
is common.
I would also say that it's probably not on the face of it. Walking around with Pleasant wouldn't be illegal, but if it was discovered that he's a weapons platform, it would be highly illegal, and he would probably be confiscated.
Yeah, he can stay on the ship. That's okay.
He's just doing dishes.
Yeah. I think Neith would have given him jobs as to get the ship ready
to live in.
Mhm.
Yeah, he's decent at like fix and stuff like that.
Also,
He's pleasantly good.
an idea I had for the B&E, which would be kind of silly if we could just shortcut the whole thing, is we teach Pleasant how to cook, and like we bring him a sample of the dish and just have him be like, okay, analyze this, and then just have him recreate it.
I just had a brilliant idea on how to make money. We turn our ship into a bed and breakfast.
Wait, might be genius.
If we can teach Pleasant how to be
How to do
Yeah.
cook
everything.
and maid.
Oh, we could have that.
I mean, I have a whole book on like doing mundane stuff like that to make money. And yeah, it's not the worst way to make money.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it is the whole Firefly thing of like they do legitimate business ferrying people around as they go.
Yeah, I mean, you guys have. Let me double check, but I
We
believe
have,
you guys have guest
quarters.
quarter, right?
Mhm.
Let me look at your ship.
We could be a taxi service for space.
Yeah, you got a guest cabin.
We
And
could,
it's big.
It's
big as hell.
we could put
And
some
it's got a
bunk beds in
bathroom,
there.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if someone didn't want to live in the crew cabins and wanted to live in the guest cabin, you absolutely could, right? Because it is definitely outside of the captain's cabin is the nicest room.
Where is our map of the ship again?
I can put you guys on it.
Yes, please.
Yeah, so I know I'm talking
Bye,
about.
So here's your guest cabin.
Yep.
That's huge. I'll sleep in the elevator. I shouldn't probably get back into where I'm going to be sleeping again.
Yeah, and the crew cabins are going to be these guys over here.
Yep.
It's huge. Okay, so I guess we'll make our way over to the locker.
All right. Yeah, easy enough. I mean, yeah, you find the fob. It's secured at the back on the back of this vending machine with like a magnet or something, and you just pull it off. You get to the locker, you open it up. It's got a briefcase inside. Those of you, I'm going to say it's probably readily apparent to everyone. It's one of these briefcases that you can kind of like. The exterior of it is sort of a projected like image kind of thing. And so you can kind of tap on it and it becomes semi-transparent and you can look to the inside. If anyone wishes to, they can try and inspect what is in here. If not,
Sure.
Yeah.
I'll have a look see, so I'll have a little peek.
All right. You look and on the inside of it, it seems to be floating kind of like suspended in the middle of the briefcase. Tin, kind of like almost metallic looking shiny discs with like a little hole in the middle of them. And there's some like
Floating
faded
donuts.
writing on a label around the center of this hole.
This is... Huh. I mean, those are they languages that we can read at all?
Um, it looks to be in ancient Earth English.
So that wouldn't be common.
No, man, English might technically be supposed to be mandate, but I hate that, so I'm having mandate be its own language.
Mm.
And
Yeah, I can't understand this.
Well, these are valuable to someone.
I'm sure. Hopefully, we're not talking
um,
like floating landmines or something.
I think I don't think this would be common knowledge even for Neith. People could roll nose if they wanted to.
Sure.
I'm really just hoping one of them is a Shrek DVD.
They're all just. Have you ever seen the movie Tron?
I don't know that would have
12.
survived
Which
to this
one?
era.
I got a 12.
I'm sorry, what are we rolling?
No, just to know
a
if we can see the
No,
language
Ah.
or wwhatever.
Ah,
I do like how
and
that
that's gonna
sounds
be
though. Of LB
intelligent?
just being like, "What are we rolling?" And we're all just like, "No."
I should,
Okay.
you're right.
Yeah, so both Neith and Scarra recognize these to be an ancient form of data storage that was used on Earth before they even developed like real spaceflight. Like they'd only ever been to the moon a few times.
Fucking
These
losers.
are these are yeah, they were called DVDs.
DVDs?
All right, well, let's get going. They're expecting us.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm gonna put this briefcase into a bag on it.
I guess, sorry, Alex, you would speak English because it is one of the languages of the sector.
Okay.
So these look to be the labels are kind of like technical jargon, and it becomes clear it's some kind of program.
Okay. So it would just be kind of like sounding them out, and maybe Neith recognizes some of it, but
Yeah, your program. I think your program, Neith, is good enough that like you recognize that one of the things like talks about it being like C++ or something like that, and you're like, that sounds
Oh.
like a language, a programming language that's still used.
that's
It
I mean,
is-
it's not C++ anymore,
C++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++
it's like C to the C plus or something weird
Mhm.
because it's the
C cubed.
future.
Z could make so many better programming jokes if you were here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you were about to say LB/Neith.
I think we should leave it be. It isn't our business what's in the box.
What's in the box?
And we're not gonna immediately turn around on our first job and screw them
No.
over. That would be terrible business sense. So
Now
let's
be
get
us
going.
flipping over the scales.
All right. So yeah, you kind of move it around. What you will notice is that as the briefcase moves around, these things that are the DVDs kind of like move around in the briefcase. So they're being like held in place with some field, but it's not like perfect.
I'll tap it
So-
again just so it's not transparent, so people on the outside can't just see that we're carrying things here. It's just a black box, probably like a black briefcase.
Yeah, it just looks like a modern fashion on a briefcase.
Does it have its sponsorships on the side? Sponsored by
No, nothing like
Militech.
maybe it has like one of the nice like briefcase brands like on top and like kind of like a gold inlay or something like that, but it's not nothing nuts. Yeah, and so you're walking around city at night. You're seeing it's a big city. There's a lot of bright advertisements and lights. If anyone's seen a picture of like Tokyo nightlife or Seoul nightlife. It looks very much like that, but even crazier because it's the future. And people are walking around in like a lot of like kind of baggy clothes, like very loose fitting, colorful clothes, just kind of the uniform of the nighttime. You see some salary people going around still in their work clothes from the day, went straight from work to the bars. And yeah, it's crowded, and you blend in nicely in that you are lost in the crowd in the sense that it's a big crowd, but you definitely stand out. And your guides know exactly where the handoff is going to be. And actually, I'll say like on the inside of the locker, it'll just like have like a note being like, "Hey, go here." And they tell you, oh, so that is that's a neighborhood, across town from here. We're probably gonna have to take like the subway.
What is a subway?
I believe it's a restaurant.
It's like a train, but it's underground.
I think I might have taken one of those before. Most of my trains go, like hover in the air
Correct.
because of
They are called bullet trains.
Well, usually the rich folk like to be up above, and so they get to have all the flying cars and stuff like that, and the people get. This is my problem with playing himbo characters: is I want to use a bigger vocabulary than they have. I was gonna say relegated, but they have to stick with the underground cars and
I mean,
stay
I
closer
don't.
to the earth.
All right.
I mostly have used flying vehicles, but I don't think I'm rich by any means. Maybe it's just where I'm from.
So yeah, it seems to be a cultural thing here, and that there's not a lot of personal like transportation. It's people walk or they take public transportation in the cities for the most part. And then like the hover trains and stuff like that are the bullet trains, the mag rails and stuff like that are they connect cities to each other in a larger network, but in the city itself, it's largely subways, as the streets are for walking.
That's just what they'll do.
I was just thinking about that song.
One of these days, these streets are gonna walk all over you.
Yes.
We.
So yeah, easy enough. You can pay the subway fee, or you can always splurge and get the rail pass.
I'm sure we'll only be taking this thing a couple times.
but yeah, you get to kind of where you're going. You walk a couple of blocks, and there's a commotion ahead.
Right. What kind of commotion?
It's like a crowd of people kind of like talking, like standing in front of like kind of like blocking the way of this kind of walkway and stuff. They're kind of looking into an area, and you're seeing like little flashing lights, stuff like that. It seems that the police are here.
Maybe you should stay back while we check this out.
Sure, I'll stay with my people.
I will stay with Scarra.
Okay, I'll head over and I'll be back as soon as I can.
Does my drone tech count as illegal tech to be here because it has a gun on it?
Yep.
Okay, I'd have not brought my drone with me then.
I imagine the drone and Pleasant are having riveting conversation back on the ship.
I mean, the drone is manned by
an
me.
AI into it.
I probably just left it locked in my room.
That would stop Pleasant. But anyways, yeah, so Teddy, you approach. The crowd's a bit thick, and as you kind of get there, you can see that you kind of see some other entrances into this area. Kind of where you're walking is it's kind of like a large square with kind of like apartments kind of around it, and they seem to have been evacuating people from all these surrounding apartments around the square, and they've kind of pushed them back like a block, and so people are kind of like lining the streets like on the other side of it and stuff. Um, and since it's just everything's just for kind of like walking and stuff like that, anyways, there's going to be it's kind of there's a crowd of people crosses the street to continue to surround these apartment complexes. And as you get closer, the lights are kind of flashing. There's emergency vehicles, like the police, but you also see the signs of what's clearly the military is here, like full on military garb. It's not like the National Guard or anything like that. This is straight up the military. They seem to have are utilizing the police to help evacuate and move people outside of this boundary and kind of maintain that. But the military are here in force, and they seem to be searching these apartment complexes pretty heavily.
I'm just gonna kind of go up to someone in the crowd and just be like, and speaking in Korean to them. Do you know what's going on? Have they said anything yet?
They kind of come back and they go, something about looking for a dangerous individual who might be dealing in Maltech, which Maltech you would know is technology that the mandate made illegal and which is largely continued on to this day. It's things like self-replicating nanites and things that could like destroy worlds or societies.
Okay. Well, that's not good. Did they say how long they expect it to take?
I mean, no, but I heard one of the cops suggesting hotels to somebody, so
And so for our drop off, I assume we were given an address within this complex, right?
you were given a cafe at the bottom of one of these apartment complexes and like a booth to sit at.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I guess gonna try and get eyes on that cafe, um, and see what I can see from there before heading back to the rest of the group.
Okay. Yeah. You kind of have to walk around a little bit, but you see it. It's there. You see the military guys walking around. You can roll me a notice.
Okay, it's a good thing I just bumped that up.
Right.
Is this gonna be wisdom?
Yes, please.
I have rolled garbage tonight. That's a 5.
Yeah, so you see the military guys, you see the cafe, you see what it's called. It's a quaint little cafe name in Korean. I don't know. And it looks like upscale and stuff, but there's a couple military guys you see kind of around there, but it looks like maybe they've largely moved past it.
Okay. Can I see employees inside at all, or does it look like it's been
No.
cleared out?
Looks like it's been cleared out.
Okay. I think with that we'll return to the group. let me check a thing quickly, just cause I don't know if I don't think mechanically this is exactly how it would work, but we need to start getting in, like, we need to discover that Teddy's psychic. Teddy needs to discover that he's psychic. And so I think he is just kind of like going over these thoughts in his mind and like thinking about, okay, I'm going to tell the others this. Um,
Hmm.
and so I do have the transmit thought telepathy skill, which is it can send thoughts and images over telepathic contact, allowing two-way communication with a willing target as an instant action when desired. And so telepathic contact is the thing where the target must be visible or otherwise perceptible to the telepath's unaided senses.
Yeah,
Rip it and
you
rip
can
it.
absolutely do that. Yeah,
Cracking open the cold ones.
Yeah,
not even cold anymore. It's been sitting out in my hot room.
yeah. Um, but yeah, so I think as Teddy is, politely making his way back through the crowd, is thinking at and about them of just like, this is what I need to tell them. This is what I've learned. This is what's going on. Um, and so I think maybe the way it comes across for the two of you is just like flashes of like the cafe and like seeing the military people going through
Point,
the
Sam Hale.
complex.
Is there
happening?
is there any like is there like a broken narration in like Teddy's voice,
Yeah, probably
or
a
is it
little.
just the images?
Yeah, probably some of Teddy's voice too. But of like, gotta get to the cafe, but it's empty, so our contact's not gonna be there. So we need to figure that out. Um, but they seem to be ignoring it, which is good. But it's also probably gonna be a while, and it's just kind of like looping through all this stuff in the minute or so it's gonna take him to get back over.
I look over to Neith. He's like, did you see that?
I did not enjoy that at all.
No, it was like somebody was throwing a flashbang in my head multiple times,
Correct.
and also having an open dialogue over the top.
What?
That sounded like Teddy, but he's not here. Is he? What?
I think you might see like his ears like making their way through the
Oh,
crowd
over the crowd.
because
Yeah.
like Teddy is like 5 feet, but the
5
ears
foot.
go up another foot, and so
Mm-hmm.
the ears are probably sticking up above most of the crowd.
Super big ears.
Yeah, yeah, like the top like 3 inches of Teddy's ears are like
Yeah,
above people's heads.
Did Teddy get some kind of new projector, or I mean, I'm not exactly. Would I be able to
So
clock this as psychic?
yes, psychics are a thing. They exist, and there's no tech. If Teddy has tech that's doing this, it's like artifact level pre-tech that Teddy could sell and be like a billionaire.
Hmm.
So
I'm gonna
It's
look around.
probably that is what you're saying.
yeah.
Is there any anything close by where like we could go into a shop across the way, or is there like a hotel?
Yeah, there's
Okay.
anything like that is a short walk away. You pull up your Google Maps.
I could just ask
And-
my escorts if they know anywhere close. It's nice.
That's true. Yeah.
but
You
eventually,
know,
Yeah.
somewhere quiet.
well, Teddy gets back over to you and is like, "Okay, so I was over there and I saw."
We know.
But did you go too?
No, I didn't. You already showed us apparently.
I did.
You projected images and words into our minds. It was
That's kind of-
very uncomfortable.
It was kind of fumbled and it felt like somebody was forcing things into my brain, but yes, that's what happened.
I know I was thinking real hard about it, but and you see Teddy is like honestly perplexed about this and like doesn't know what to make of it.
Does Teddy's
so
inner
smart.
monologue about what's going on work its way into their heads?
Yeah, that probably goes out to it's just like I mean this is weird.
Yes, you're right. It is
Everyone
weird.
am I did I say that?
I mean, your mouth was closed, but I could still hear it. Do you have some kind of like telepath tech or something?
No, I don't have any tech like that.
Then I hate to interrupt your thought process, but I think you might be a psychic.
That's
Did you
ridiculous.
I hate
catch
to
it
be-
when we were?
I hate to be blunt here in the middle of the street. Actually, can we say? Oh, yeah, okay, we're in the middle of the street. Let's go talk somewhere more quiet.
Okay, yeah, because we should try and wait for things to clear out and get to the drop point.
Mm-hmm. It seems to have been pushed back by whatever's happening here.
What if the person who they're looking for is the person we were supposed to meet?
That is one of the concerns that I thought of, but I'm trying to be optimistic here and hope that's not the case.
Well, we
What is
can.
it like to be optimistic?
It usually leads to disappointment, but you can live in hope, right?
Understood.
The most pessimistic.
View of optimism.
Yeah, find a place that's close. That's not.
Oh.
Not
Sorry.
full of militech.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you easily find. Do you want a hotel? Do you want like a
Let's
little?
get a hotel just we can have a private room.
Okay. Yeah, easy enough.
And a hotel with a window view of the apartments, if that's
Mhm.
possible.
Yeah, sure. So maybe there's like so you go like an extra block over, and there's like a really tall hotel, so you get a room at the top that looks over the apartment building and into the square. So you got like a good view. And yeah, you get something like that. The hotel lobby is starting to get a little crowded. As it's the closest hotel nearby.
Yep.
But you manage to get a room before before they sell out. It's gonna probably be a bit of a nicer room. It is gonna cost you all 100 credits.
Teddy
I don't
can
have that
put
much.
that up.
I was only saying we get one room. We don't exactly need to sleep here.
Mhm.
Just so we can just have a view of the apartments and we can have a private chat.
All the cheap apartments have been taken, or
Mhm.
all the cheap hotel rooms have been taken.
Yep, but Teddy's able to pay for that.
All right.
Okay.
Are
Rich
Seth and
friends,
Brogan
wouldn't-
joining us, or
I'd say they'd wait outside.
yeah, probably
Yeah.
having them keep a closer eye on things.
Mm-hmm. I'm just gonna.
They're about as they're getting pushed to about their limit here of what they're willing to do. As
I can say they can take it easy, but just report back to me every now and again.
Okay. You
mean,
get
this
the
is- this is-
distinct
this is-
impression that if they get clocked by the military, they're either going to try and run or give you up. But
This isn't exactly unacceptable danger, and they are clearly not being betrayed. So I don't say they.
I mean,
Yeah,
if
too
they get
much.
like, if the military is like gonna arrest them or something like that, they're gonna.
I'd say they're doing this for. I'm going to say one of the options that they're doing this for. They're doing this for excitement, so they might
Okay.
enjoy the thrill of the run.
Okay. So yeah, they're more likely to run, but if they then get caught, you don't know how long they're going to last in military interrogation before they give them your name.
Mm. I mean, can I say I gave them a fake name?
You can, but you have their contact, so they at least have like your phone
A
number,
phone
right?
number. I also don't have my phone. This is Timothy's
Okay.
phone because Neith has my phone still.
Either way.
So they have Timothy's phone number at the very least.
All right. Um,
I'm keeping this in canon that Neith still has my compact because she did take it away from me at one point. Which I do want back still.
all right. It has been like probably like 12 days since then, at least, maybe 15. So
You asked me for it back because I
have.
absolutely have forgotten about it. So
I
if
have
you asked me
asked.
for it back, I will give it back to you.
I did absolutely ask when I like a few weeks ago, probably.
Then you do have it back.
Okay. I'm probably still using Timothy's though because I have it.
yeah.
It's like a burner phone at this point.
Yeah. Yeah. If you think that Seth and Brogan get pinched by the fuzz, you can just drop it down a trash can and leave. Yeah. So yeah, you guys get up to the hotel room. You can see what's going on a little bit better from here. I mean, it's kind of far away and whatnot, but you easy enough to see this massive amount of police out and about, and maybe leave it there. Have the hotel, unless you guys want to.
The revelation of Teddy's powers.
A scene you want to do before we close it out?
That's probably going to become a bigger scene that we should save until next time.
All right. Okay. So yeah. That's I can't believe you guys took that job. But anyways.
Expected us to take something bigger.
Too boring.
Yeah. I wasn't sure. I thought the stealing the fast food recipe might
We'll
pique some interest, but also
I'll do that next.
Why did it so bad?
We'll get to it unless Anna Molly sells it to someone else first.
We'll steal it from the dead corpses.
I don't know how much Anna Molly will like you doing that with people who come to her for jobs.
Yep.
We'll be the only person she sells them to.
All right. So 3 more experience to everybody.
And so, does the XP
0,
reset,
right?
or is this putting us at 21 now?
Should put you at 21 now.
Okay.
Okay.
All
Well,
right.
Okay. Stars and wishes and all that as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyone got any?
I wish to steal the Krabby Patty secret formula. And my star, I know this is weird. My star is for David for finding that the bodyguard. And my least favorite thing from the evening is when you took him away. That's all I'm saying. And the lore behind it. Thank you for that.
Oh yeah. It was too good not to share that he's a real life bodyguard. You can find shirtless pictures of the man. He's very famous for being the attractive bodyguard.
Don't talk to me for the rest of the stream.
Y'all hold off for like 2 minutes. Let's see. I think for me, my star is gonna go to the stars that Neith brought to Teddy and is like, please help me with this, because that was just like a okay, yeah, this is happening. But it seemed like a very real interaction between the two of them. So that was fun. My wish is gonna be for us to I think get to the heist and have it become Either for it to become something that we like surpass super easily with the, like we just order the food and get it analyzed, or it becomes a whole like we have to duck through laser grids and like a big old cat burglary thing.
Okay, my star goes to the kind of just Teddy's good old tip the scale suggestion. I just like the whole jokes about the tip the scale. I really enjoy this is the interaction between the three of us players as well as characters. I did enjoy that. And my wish is to find out what Teddy's deal is, to let him realize what Teddy's deal is. I think that'd be a fun realization. And what we can do from there.
All right. Okay. I think my star is just you guys going around on a new planet, finally coming up with a ship name and all that kind of stuff. Just that, you know, we finally got past the kind of opening sequence of the thing. You got to level 5 before we got out of there. We really milked that tutorial level, but but yeah, now we're out and about. You get to do some crazy stuff. I just enjoyed getting to see you guys in the world more.
Yeah. And then your wish.
My wish is to yeah, get you through some of these jobs and maybe get you into a job that takes you to a new planet. I like exploring New Sol, but I want to see a few other planets as well.
All right. Well, I'm sure we'll get there, or we're just gonna set up shop and take over New Sol.
Yeah, I mean, if that's what you guys want, go for it. Don't let my wish hold you back. It'd be weird to have a spaceship and you guys just be like, well, basically we just stay here.
Yeah, it's like having a houseboat and then not taking it anywhere.
Mm.
Um,
Kind of undermine my role in the group, eh? We have a ship captain, but we have nowhere to go, so we'll just stick around, have him just in the side for no reason.
yeah, it's okay. We'll retrain you. Get you some job retraining, a kid. But yeah, that is gonna do it for us tonight. Just very briefly, the schedule the rest of this week for the channel should be stream as normal on Thursday. Though if something changes, we'll tweet about it and post about it in Discord. We will not have shows this Friday, Saturday, or Monday. We may have a show Sunday. We may not. We'll see how that goes. And then we'll let you know about next Tuesday. It's, you know, up in the air what's happening with that right now. So yeah, the best way to know what we are doing is to, is actually to follow us on social media. Follow our Twitter, join our Discord, and, we've also got a YouTube if you want to catch up on, the rest of this show or any of our other great shows. We've done a whole lot over the years. We were talking, was it the break or before the show, that like some of our videos have a lot of views on them. And part of that's time and part of it is because that we're good. This is a good channel. We do good shit here. Put that on our next t-shirt. Anyway, which we have shirts, we have merchant stuff, which if you want to check that out, it's great. It's lots of stuff that we say in our shows, and it's, shirts, mugs, stickers, all that good stuff. But I think that's gonna do it for us here. Any of y'all got stuff you want to plug or promote before we sign off? Then until next time, good game and good night, internet.